Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
87454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Keeping the Amphibia train moving along, we have the next episode, Lost in Newtopia. Again, another filler episode. It has about 2, maybe 10 seconds of story that moves the plot just ever so further along, but it's basically just Anne and Polly running around being morons. And girl, we love you, but goodness, you can be such a dum-dum sometimes. I don't know, you don't, there's certain things you don't do in a city, especially a place you've never been before. I know she's trying to have I want to know the culture of the people, but she's doing it in the most superficial travel blogger kind of style. We're let's just do all this crazy stuff. But it's a pretty funny episode. There's some good gags. There's one at the end that's my absolute favorite. And just Anne and Polly are a fun little combo because unlike Sprig, where he kind of has his own ways of thinking, Polly and Anne just feed off each other and they'll just keep going. They'll keep amping it up. None of them is willing to be whoa, let's slow down and think about this. No, they constantly just keep pushing each other to the next level of crazy. But so we open up and they're having a tour bus guide. And it's very boring. It's very blah. We see little baby Anne. She's so adorable. But I don't want the trail mix, Mama.
Can have carrot stick and trail mix.
I didn't want the baby carrots, Mom! I didn't want them! Why?
Just in the ladies next door, she's she had no idea what the heck she's talking about. She just rolls her window up. Remember rolling windows up? That was a thing. Remember, kids, not everything was a push of a button. But she's you know what? I'm sick of this. My mom never let me do anything fun when we traveled. So, I'm gonna do it this time. Anne pretends to be sick. And we gotta go back. Oh no, we'll make our own way back. You and Sprig can go on your little adventure. Or you can go back, go on your little tour. We're gonna go back home because we're not feeling well. But then Sprig's oh, I'm going along with you. But he was handcuffed to Hop because he always gets in trouble. And it's funny that he trusts Anne, but no, none of them can be trusted to do anything where they're supposed to do something that's technically not fun. So he got handcuffed, and I love this joke.
And Polly would never leave me. Later, dude. No!
They straight up ditched him. They don't even care. That's a real friend. A true friend is willing to just to say, see ya. So they're going to go have fun the way they want to have fun. We got to eat like the locals. She had her plan. You have to eat like the locals. You have to dress like locals and you have to party like locals. Oh yeah, okay. That's exactly what you do when you go to a new city. Go party. Then try some food. This guy's hey, this stuff's really spicy. He's it's okay, I'm Thai. I know spicy food. And this stuff's just absolutely nuclear fire. It's my Auntie Marcella's pozole. It is so good. But you'll be sweating into your bowl because it's so freaking spicy, but it's so good. But that's basically what this is. She's shooting fireballs. Polly's blowing rocket fire. And they burn down the dude's little hut, and he's hey, you get to pay for this. They got the king's credit card. He's didn't you read the sign? It's cash only, but it's written in Newtopian language, so they couldn't even read what it said in the first place. They ditched the guy. Oh, now we have to go dress like people in Newtopia. Know what they have that we don't? They got tails. Let's go buy some tails. So they just buy the most expensive tail that she can get her hands on, and then Polly wants the one that's it's like a battle rose. It's has spikes on it and everything. So it's beautiful and deadly. And then Anne has the biggest tail in the world. So she's knocking things over and making a big mess out of herself. And just being dumb. Anne, that's why? You don't need to have a big old giant tail. I do like the fact that when they walked into the place, they were going tails. And then the guy behind the counter starts singing along. He just wants to make a sale. That's what you do. You just, whatever the customer wants, they got money, you just give it to them. You don't care how stupid or ridiculous it's going to make them look. They're paying you. Give them what they want. They end up getting, they keep knocking people around, and then even the guards hey, you're causing a disturbance. and she ends up like smacking him with the tail. So she takes off, ditches it. They end up back at a parade, and like, oh, time to party. So they're all like dancing around, and they have like, like during like Chinese New Year and stuff, they have like those dragons, those big puppets. They're really cool looking, and they kind of have something similar. Anne just goes out there and go, hey, can I control this? And they just let her do it. Anne, no, don't do that. You don't know what you're doing. So she's like dancing around with it. Everyone's like having a good time. But then she starts like, oh, it has like a mouth. Like you can make it talk. So she's like being really silly with it and like making a big joke out of it. And everyone gets like a gasp. Like, how can you do that? She's like, oh, what do you mean? Like, oh, this was like a great leader of ours. He like sacrificed his life for Newtopia, and this is a parade to honor him. And she's like, oh, dang, I, pretty much made fun of their hero. And then she ends up like destroying the puppet, like melting its face, and like just makes it into a whole nightmare scenario. Like, Anne, oh my goodness, Anne, just stop. Just stop. You dug the grave deep enough. You don't need to go any deeper. So they take off and start running, and the mob's chasing them. They're chasing her with the puppet. It's like, why? Just leave that behind. Why bring it with you? But they're getting chased down. They run into the tour guide bus, and my favorite joke. I've always liked the joke where something like there's a lot of action going on, then it cuts to a scene of silence, and then the action comes in. I love it. Oh my god, this is the best gag in the episode. One of the best gags so far in the whole entire series.
Street freaks! Oh, wait, no, it's just my granddaughter and my adopted granddaughter.
Street freaks are scary. Here's story time. Me and N15 PCA, this is pre-COVID. We were going to the Phoenix Comic-Con when it was called Comic-Con and not Fan Fusion. We're walking there from our hotel to the convention center, and there was like a homeless individual, but he wasn't wearing any clothes except for like a big carpet. Like a giant carpet that was ripped out of the ground. He was just standing there, just staring out. We went to the other side of the street. He was like in the alley. Street freaks, I'm sorry. This man needs help, but he looked like he'd probably attack you if you tried to help him. It's scary. So I'm just like Hop Hop. I'm scared of street freaks. But it's just Ann and Polly. They get back into the bus, and they're thinking like, oh, but you caused all this trouble, and I know you have like the king's credit card, so technically they can like pay for everything that was wrong, and fix it with money. But they did kind of grab Anne. They're pulling you into it. They give Polly another one of those burritos, and she ends up like doing like a volcano, like knock everyone away. So that's the end of their little silly adventure. They're gonna still go to the cheese museum. Then we get to the part where the actual story, like the only thing that actually moves the plot forward is this little part at the end. We have Marcy and the king. They're still trying to study what's going on with this magic, the music box, why the colored stones aren't colored. And they've read every book in the library. And they're like, man, we can't find nothing. Here, I'm all for like the characters in a story, like discovering something by accident. But this is so like unbelievably, I don't know, like I can't believe this even happened. Marcy's going to go get herself some more coffee. She trips and the coffee hits a big tapestry. She's like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I hope this thing wasn't too old. And he's like, yeah, it's like thousands of years old. I hear a little noise in the background. Like, oh. But it's like, oh, wait a minute. There's like a secret button behind it. And then it opens up like a secret library. I like how the king, I don't, when I say I like, for story reasons, but me personally, it makes me nervous. Like the king's like, oh, wow, look at the secret stairs. Let's go down there. Like he's not even like shocked. So he's got to know more than he's letting on. He seems too like innocent about things, and like he's always silly. Like I said this in my last review, I don't know if I trust the king. I don't know if I can. It's a little like he's playing it off like he's too much of a goofball, and he like let Marcy go first. I don't know. You're the big giant king guy. Maybe you should go first. What if there's traps or monsters down there? No, let's let the little girl go first. I know Marcy's very capable, but she's not you, giant, king of Newtopia guy. Like, you should totally have gone down the stairs first. Anyways, a fun episode. Moved the plot a little bit. Anne, it's just, she's such a mess sometimes. Like, she's an absolute mess in this episode, but she's so lovable anyways. It, like, you just want to forgive her, which is wrong. She did everything wrong in this episode. There was no good reason for her to do anything that she did, but she's so adorable and like cute about it. Like, you just let it happen. Like, oh, what? Oh, that's just Anne. Oh yeah, and then the robot was in the first part of the episode too. I forgot to mention that. That robot that got out of that little factory, it's still following them. So it's like outside of Newtopia now. But yeah, fun. Another fun episode. I do want some story episodes. I know we've had a lot of filler cutesy stuff, but let's get back into the meat of Amphibia and start getting some good episodes. I hope that, you know, soon that we get some more mostly story and a little bit of funny instead of all funny and a tiny bit of story. But thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'm going to try to get through all these episodes as quickly as I can. There's going to be a big break coming up from work and everything, so I should be able to get a couple more episodes out soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Comments, do all that good stuff. Am I off track about the king? Is he really just truly a good guy through and through, or is he has some kind of secret bad guy stuff? Again, don't say I'm just talking out loud, because I can't trust this guy. But share the videos, like them, do all that good stuff, share them on Twitter, do all that things that helps the channel grow. It gets the algorithms going and all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you all. See you on the next one.
Tails, 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 tails.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.